raise some questions to the speakers.
Very interesting. Okay.
And, they are all talking about the emotions, the importance of human emotion.
Yeah.
So it is quite natural moving from a logical field to emotion.
Yeah.
And also another reason that we have to move from logical dimension to emotional is for innovation.
Yeah.
Innovation. To make something and create new values, we have to move into the emotional area, the right hemisphere of your brain.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's a big global trend.
That transition into understanding that people are emotional rather than logical.
Logical, yeah.
Yeah.
So several years ago, have you read A Whole New Mind by Daniel Pink?
I have not. I have seen Daniel Pink's speeches on TED.
I see, yeah.
And I'm a huge fan. Very interesting, very interesting. He does a lot on intrinsic motivation versus extrinsic motivation, right?
And also he stressed the importance of a right brain.
Yeah.
So in the future, why right-brainers rule the world.
Aha.
So
left-handed people? Right-brainers are left-handed people, right?
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
I'm right-handed, so yeah, they'll rule me.
I'm right-handed too.
Are you right-handed too?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, are you right-handed because, see now, this is one
because
of the...
my whole background is from left hemisphere.
Left hemisphere,
yeah.
really?
Very logical.
Okay.
Very logical.
Very interesting. So, just to expand, intrinsic motivation, extrinsic motivation, 내적 동기, 외적 동기, right? Daniel Pink goes into a lot of that. And he also goes into how our right brain, you were saying, controls our behavior more. And that's our emotional
That's
side.
the things that the first influence our behavior.
Yeah.
It's not logic.
Yeah. Not the logical side, but the emotional
side.
So,
also it naturally moves into a design area. So why we have to make something look better, look more beautiful, because by just seeing at beautiful things, make people happier. Then we can do a lot of things by simply making people happier.
Right.
So this is really well connected to what's happening now in design field.
Right. And you wrote a book about this sort of...
Yes.
I'm sorry, what is it name?
Design 발전소.
Design 발전소.
Design power plant.
And the concept behind this book was
about giving design mind, design thinking to ordinary people.
Design mind, I guess that's design 정신?
Design...
what you're trying to...
Not design 정신, design 사고.
사고, okay.
Thinking.
Okay.
Thinking. 정신 is a kind of spirit, is more, is higher.
Right.
But just the design thinking. Design, thinking by design perspective.
Okay.
Or using tools that designers use.
Right. And what is the design mind? What is it?
There are various definitions about the design mind, but in two words, I can say that is a visual thinking and systems approach.
Systems approach.
Visual thinking.
Okay.
Between communication with you, Stephen, we have some. I expect some of the communication didn't well go through between you and me because we are just talking verbally.
Right.
But if we use something visual, then we can reduce the
gap.
The gap and make more efficient communication. So visual thinking is becoming more important in the area of the 융합, in the area of multidisciplinary area.
Okay.
The people are talking something with people from different backgrounds.
Have you used Prezi.com yet?
No.
No?
What is that?
I thought for sure you would know
Prezi.com.
Prezi.com. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to recommend Prezi.com. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Presi?
Prezi.com. It's a new presentation.
I see.
format, and a lot of people in TED are using it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a blast here. You have to go visit TED.com, and many of those speeches on TED are translated into Korean too, right?
Yeah.
And so it's a visual
thinking.
A visual thinking design
is really important.
Yeah.
And the second one is systems approach, which means it's very technical terms that I learned back in
tough
70s in my undergraduate.
No way, you didn't go
Industrial engineering.
Wow.
So not looking for local optimum,
Yeah.
but looking for global optimum. For example, global optimum,
Okay.
which means when you design something, you cannot say that, oh, the control is best designed, but overallly the design is not that good. Doesn't make sense at all. In order to be a good design, everything has to be above a certain level of satisfaction.
Okay.
So instead of looking for one specific local issue best, how to make the whole things better is more about a systems approach. In a sense, holistic approach.
Right.
Looking for the big picture rather than a small picture. Looking for the forest instead of a trees.
And looking at the forest instead of trees. Great expression.
Yeah. So macro view.
Yeah.
And micro view.
Yeah.
So this is really important. The designers always think about looking for the forest instead of trees. Of course, they look for trees, but also they always consider each trees make what kinds of forest will come up.
Right.
So visual thinking and systems approach are the basics of design thinking.
Okay.
That's all about
I tell
my
you,
book.
we could go on forever. I'm having a blast here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you're enjoying this, but I'm really having a good time. You're a professor now, too,
Yes,
aren't you?
yes.
Okay. And when you teach your students, how do you try to get them to implement the visual thinking?
Actually, I came back to Seoul, Korea, 2000, after living in Boston for 11 years. It's already
11 years,
11 years ago. And for the first maybe 5 or 6 years, I used PowerPoint, all my presentation with the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And one day I just prepared all the materials that I learned from John Kreifeld for one semester.